Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock and time for the St. John Daily Word. I'm Pastor Ron Genaro, and I welcome you this afternoon. I apologize for not having a Daily Word on Thursday, but as we got closer to our 4th of July celebrations and things like that, and we had company, we were just trying to catch up, and so I apologize for not having a Daily Word that day. We have several announcements. We want to remind you summer services are at 9:30 a.m., Hawaiian shirts, casual dress, mode, all of those things. Faith and fitness class as an exercise class meets every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. in the fellowship hall. The ladies' summer social, which will be held at Island View Restaurant at Sun and Lake. The cost is $25 per lady. Sign-ups are available in the church narthex, July 25th at 1 p.m. July 25th at 1 p.m. Back to School Bash will be Saturday, August 1st at 9 a.m. and it will be a drive-through where we will hand out backpacks, and we're going to be advertising that in our community. But we are accepting monetary donations for school supplies. We don't need you to run around and buy stuff up. We're ordering them. Tampa Bay Raised Faith Day is the same day, but that leaves at 1 o'clock. The bus comes in at 12:30. We leave at 1 o'clock. There will be enough time between the backpack giveaway and those of you who wish to go on the baseball game. That leaves at 1. The game starts at 4, and after the game, the chaplains and several of the players will come out and talk about their Christian faith. Tickets are $60. You get a special hat that actually has Faith Day on it, and so the sign-ups are available in the church office. We need to put our order in fairly soon. Adult Sunday School class has moved to the education building. They are at 10:30 each Sunday in the large room as you go in on the large room on your right. Worship services, we are always in need of help, and so our worship committee is looking for volunteers to assist with this. Bible study is on break. We'll return in September after I get back from Africa. Please be in prayer for the general conference as well, as we are doing a lot of work in preparation to go. Office volunteers are needed. Church office needs volunteers to help with sorting and folding of the monthly newsletter. We had some new folks last week, and so keep this in mind as things come up. Parkway Food Ministry, always in need of cereal and other dry goods. Veterans Peer Group, every Thursday at 12 noon in the education building, room, room 7. We're going to talk to you today. I've been working through the book of Revelation, and when I say the book of Revelation, just the chapter 2 and chapter 3, which talk about the letters to the 7 churches. So today, it's the third church in that list, Revelation chapter 2, verses 12 through 17. Revelation chapter 2, verses 12 through 17. And to the angel of the church in Pergamon, write, these are the words of him who has the sharp two-edged sword. I know where you are living, where Satan's throne is, yet you are holding fast to my name, and you did not deny your faith in me, even in the days of Antipas, my witness, my faithful one, who was killed among you, where Satan lives. And I don't see the top line, but I have a few things against you. You have some there who hold to the teaching of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the people of Israel so that they would eat food sacrificed to idols and practice fornication. So you also have some who hold to the teachings of the Nicolaitans. Repent then, if not, I will come to you soon and make war against them with the sword of my mouth. Let anyone who has an ear listen to what the Spirit is saying to the churches. To everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. Okay, so this church is struggling, and it is in the midst of difficulties, and it is in the midst of persecution. They've been holding fast, but they are allowing some in their area, and they've not stood up and against them yet. Balaam and Balak is something that's from the book of Numbers, where Balaam is a prophet who comes to prophesy. Barak wants Balaam to prophesy and to curse Israel. but Balaam can't do it. You may recall that Balaam has a donkey, and the donkey speaks because Balaam beats it and wants it to take him where he wants to go, and the donkey won't go. And he said, there's an angel blocking our way. Now Balaam accepts money from Barak, but he blesses Israel instead of curses. But he does teach Barak evil. But Barak already does evil. And so what John is writing here from Jesus to this church, and we'll go back to the first verse of this. Catherine, can you do that, please? To the church at Pergamon. I was trying to remember the name. I'm sorry about that. But to the church at Pergamon, write these words. And it says, the words of him who has the sharp two-edged sword. That is Jesus. The imagery in the book of Revelation is that Jesus is a two-edged sword, and the two-edged sword means it is true, and it can cut, and it will judge. So, Pergamon is in southern Turkey. It is one of the 7 churches. All of the 7 churches are located in Turkey. I would love to go there sometime too. We know where it is, and they're also excavating all of these churches, all of these areas. But it also says not only the sin of Balaam and Barak, but it also talks about you're allowing the Nicolaitans to live there. And you also have some who hold to the teachings of the Nicolaitans. The Nicolaitans, what we gather from them, what we understand about them, and we talked about them in the last one, which was a week ago, is the Nicolaitans were what we call anti-law. So they were antinomians, which were folks who they basically said the law doesn't apply, we can do whatever we want. Now, if you were in church on Sunday, you know that we have freedom, but that freedom comes with responsibilities. So, though we are free, we are only free to praise Christ and to live in relationship with Him in a way that is helpful, that bears witness to the grace, mercy, and love of God. And so, living without any rules is not helpful for us. I know that when I was a young father raising my daughter, I remember people telling me, let her touch the stove, she'll burn herself, it'll be okay. And I just I didn't really want my daughter to do that. Now she did and got over it and all of those kinds of things. But we learned from rules, and our rule was don't touch the stove. And she would, she did it one time, even though we tried to protect her from those things. Rules are meant to protect us. God's law, God's rules are to protect us from spiritual death. Now, this church at Pergamon is in danger because it's allowing some people in their midst to do deviant practices. The antinomianists, and as well as those who practice kind of the practices of Balaam and Barak, which were not helpful and led to fornication and separation from God and spiritual death. And so this church is to repent, and if not, then Jesus will come to judge them. Now that's harsh, that's hard, but that is what God tells us, that we are to be in a constant state of repenting of our sin and walking close with Christ. If we do that, we're okay. But if we don't do that, if we take for granted the things of God, that leads to danger and potentially to separation from God, which is death. And so we don't want that. I don't want that for you, because I want you to remember and I want you to know that God indeed loves you, and this church loves you, and I love you as your pastor. God bless you. We'll see you later in the week. Bye now.